If you are having a problem hitting your sales numbers consistently, it's not a problem with your sales, it's a problem with your standards. I promise you. Follow along, pay attention for a few minutes. You're going to see exactly what I'm talking about. And it's going to be 3 things that I see happen more often than not, or that do happen, but just happen backwards. It's 3 things, okay? So whether you're an individual salesperson or whether you are a leader of a team, you need to make sure that you have a standard period and that it's put to the right actions. So today we are going to get into it. And the thing I want you to pay attention to that I noticed, and this is going to be a good gauge of whether or not you have a standards problem. So pay attention to this next couple sentences. You're going to see what I'm talking about. When I say hitting sales consistently, if you can say, hey, I've had a good day here or there, or a good month, whatever, it is not a problem with your sales ability because clearly you've done it before. But if you're always battling the up and down roller coaster, it's a problem with your standards, because the up and down roller coaster means you're probably basing things off of emotions and feelings or good days or bad days versus I don't care what's going on. The standard says this, and that's what we're going to get into. So if you have a consistency problem, you have a standards problem, trust me. So there's 3 things that I see happen more often than not when people are struggling with this. And we're actually going to kind of go at them backwards, but the order of it is, 1, you need to have a standard, period. You got to have a standard and you have to be accountable to your standard. Number 2, it needs to be simple. The KISS method, keep it simple, stupid. Yep, I say stupid to myself all the time when I do something that is super simple that I just complicate it because I'm stupid. Keep it simple, stupid. And lastly, what is the number 1 driver? What is the number 1 thing that gets you the most volume, the most revenue, the most action? Are you doing that thing more than you're doing the other things? Okay, so like I said, we're going to work at it backwards. The 3rd thing on the list is kind of the thing you need to understand the most to understand the importance of 2 and 1, right? So number 3, whether you're an individual salesperson or whether you are a leader of a sales team, take the top dog, the top fella or the top fellette, whoever the top is. There's going to be one thing that they do more than anybody else. They make more phone calls. They have a better referral system. They simply just work more than the other guy. I don't know. What is the more thing? What is the thing that your best person is best at? That is the number 1 driver that you need to be going for.
Well, Dick, here's the deal. I'm the best there is, plain and simple. I mean, I wake up in the morning, I piss excellence, and nobody can hang with my stuff.
So, have you ever had a new guy come in and you're like, all right, there's 30 different ways to do this. I'm just going to give them all 30 ways and we'll see what works.
No, not like that, you're not.
It's absolutely not the case. What is the number 1 driver? If you're in a situation where the number 1 thing they need to do is just pick up the phone and start dialing for dollars, then you need to make sure that they pick up the phone and dial for dollars, period.
This is where you live. Right here. You live right here. Okay? This is home.
Sure, there's probably 99 other things that they need to know, but if that one thing gets them 99% of the way, why are you focusing on anything else? Because as a leader, what you need to know about new people, especially in sales, you need to get them victory as soon as possible. So if there's one thing that's going to get you the victory sooner than later, that's what you need to do. Like diet and exercise, the number 1 thing that's going to get you your best results is the diet, but nobody wants to do it because it's not fun. I'd rather eat a cinnamon roll, but you can't outwork a bad diet. So what is the thing that your number 1 person does? Is it more phone calls? Then why don't you make everybody else do a minimum amount of phone calls? Like number 1 thing, I don't care what you do, how much you do it, but if you don't do this and this amount, we've got a problem. And to you, the individual salesperson, it goes to you as well. Go out to the guy or the gal that's beating you and find out what they do better than you and what they do more than you and just start doing it. And the analogy that I can always think that works for this the best, King David out in scripture, what was he really good at? Let's be honest, the dude was good at war. dude had a lot of blood on his hands. That's why he couldn't build the temple. When the one time he wasn't where he was supposed to be in the battle, that's when he like committed all the atrocity, right? Like when he did the really, really bad thing, it's because he wasn't doing the one thing that he should be doing. So if you're struggling in consistency, I guarantee you, your good days, again, individual or leader, look at the good day. What was the thing that was done really well on that good day? And are you doing that on a daily? And you may think, man, but making 50 or 100 calls a day, like that's really hard. I don't care. It's not going to be really hard when you win all the time.
You know, I'm just a big, hairy American winning machine. If you ain't first, you're last. You know?
So find out the number one driver and start driving on it. Stop making excuses. I know that eating those rice cakes and that chicken and rice don't taste too good sometimes. Do you want the result or do you want the pleasure? Because I guarantee you almost always the pleasure doesn't get you the result you want. Leaders, if you like what you're seeing here, I've actually gone in and made a free 3-step guide that I'll put in the link below that'll actually walk you through this exact same thing that we're talking about with your team members. So it's the literal strategies that I use to help teams improve situations exactly like this. So if that's something that you want, in the link below, click in and you're going to see an email option there. Just type in, give me the free resource, and I will send it to you for free. Now back to the video. Now, number 2, like I said a minute ago, it's the KISS method, right? Keep it simple, stupid, right? And okay, look, I'm not calling you stupid. It's the phrase. I didn't make the phrase, but the phrase makes sense. So don't be judging me on it. Keep it simple, stupid. You'll remember. It's the only acronym I use because I actually don't like acronyms very much. I'm not acronym. Okay, I'm getting off subject here. So what does that mean? Keep it simple. Number 3, you already figured out in number 3 what the number one driver of your success is. Now you need to go and figure out the volume, because as you looked into your best, not only did they have this number one driver, they probably had an implementation of volume that is second to none. And whatever goal you have, you're like, oh, like let's say it's phone calls. Well, I have them that they have to do 30 a day and the number one guy does 100. Then your new standard needs to be 100. Or if you're the salesperson and you're getting whooped up on by somebody else, you do 30, they do 100, you best step up and do your 100, because if they can do it, you can do it too. They just have a higher standard than you do. So number 2 is going to be keep it simple, stupid, and upgrade your volume.
Pump up the volume, pump up the volume, pump up the volume, check it out.
Whatever the number one thing is, you need to be doing it 60% of the time. 40% is for all the other things. Like that's all the other things. 60% of your time needs to be for that number one revenue driving thing. Period. Is there other things to worry about? Absolutely there is. It's a business. You have all sorts of things to entail to. I'm not trying to pretend you don't. But would you rather try to deal with all those things while you're hitting numbers, or would you rather try to deal with all those things while you're not hitting numbers, you're not making any money, and all those other things, you're not able to pay the other things? So make sure the volume is where it needs to be. Apologize. Look, I know I get a little bit fired up there, but there's a reason for it. I'm fired up because you're this far along and you haven't hit the share, like, and subscribe. Isn't that what all the young hip hoppers are saying nowadays? So do the sharing, do the liking, doing the subscribing, hit the beepy boops and the bells. Now let's get back to it. And then lastly, and this should be pretty apparent right now, is the accountability of your standards. So here's what that means. What is the consequences to when you don't achieve it? Sales leaders, and especially if you're leading a team of commissioned people, do not think, oh, well, their punishment is they don't make any money. That's not going to be the punishment, because most people don't look far enough down the road. It is your job as a leader to see down the road for them. And they may not like you for that 2-week period when you're sitting there driving them, but all of a sudden they get this great commission paycheck and they really like you. And they're going to say, hey, Marcus, push me some more. I know I'm going to get mad at you, but push me some more. Like if you've ever had a personal trainer and you're trying to put something up on the bench and you're like, I don't want to do another rep. He's like, you got 3 more to do. At the end of the day, when you start liking the way you're looking in the mirror, you're like, man, you know what? I'm glad you made me do the 3 because I want to give up on the 0. So you need to hold them accountable. What is the consequences if they don't follow through? If you say you've got to do 100 calls a day, then 100 calls a day is what you have to do. If they come to you, hey, can I go take a break? Or hey, can I do this? Well, it's this many hours in the day. By this point, you should have about 50 of those calls done. Do you got 50 of those calls done? Nope. Well, sounds like you need to go make 50 calls before you can go do that thing. You need to hold them accountable, and you have to look down the road. And this is where I'm going to get into you a little bit, leaders. You have to do the same thing. It's real easy to see, oh, my salespeople don't do enough of X, Y, and Z. You don't do enough of your job in motivating and pushing and driving.
What are you doing? We don't do that here.
And you're probably sitting there thinking, I shouldn't have to, the paycheck does it. Yeah, well, you know what? If that was the case, your job wouldn't exist. So don't be a coach who gets upset about having to coach, right? It is your job. That's what you signed up for. You are a motivator, a team player, a back patter, whatever it is you need to be, that's what you got to be. And you have to hold your team accountable. So hold them accountable, keep it simple, and know what that number one driver is, and that's the number one thing you need to focus on. So I hope this has been helpful, and if you're sitting here thinking to yourself, man, it has been helpful, and I haven't done any of those, or I've only done one of those, well then, good deal. You got the answer for it, now go implement it. Hold your standard and make it count right now, today. It's a great screensaver, isn't it? Old Max Verstappen coming at you. You know why he's coming at you? He's coming at you because you haven't hit the share, like, and subscribe button yet. Do it. Like, hit the... Coming at you because of you not doing your part. Is that just... Come on. Just don't worry about ducking and jiving. Just hit the buttons. Okay? The buttons. Hit them. Thank you for tuning in. Until the next one, we'll see you on the next one.